back to the second part of the video. I'm here with my friend Noman Sami. Noman Sami.
Yeah.
This is the second part of the two-part video. The first part is on his channel, and in this part we're going to talk about productivity and fitness.
Yeah.
So we're here outside a pizza shop, which isn't really conducive to fitness, productivity, but of course you're a medical student.
Yeah.
He's a second-year medical student here at UCL.
Yeah.
So tell us more about your course. Like how are you finding it?
I mean, second year's a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, medicine's already a lot.
What does a day in the life of Noman Sami look like?
Well, it depends on the day. It depends what I have to do on that day.
Yeah.
So some days usually I take more chill. I don't do as much. But I usually always, at least one day of the week, I make sure that I fully try and catch up as much as I can. The thing with medicine, I think with uni in general, it's really easy to fall behind, and it's more a case of this is how I feel about medicine, especially second year. You're never ever on track of everything. You always have to just keep on catching up. You're always going to be behind, but it's just how much you can keep bringing back up.
Yeah, 100%. And what does like if you have exams, what would that look like?
Exam time, I actually lock in. Because,
What does that mean? What does that look like?
For me, I don't like revising in a library. I can't revise well in a library because usually what happens is I come across someone that I've seen before and then I'd end up talking, or it just doesn't work. I can focus more at home. So usually what I try and do is on a day when I have exams coming up, I try and make everything structured, because if I don't have structure, I think you'd agree with me. If structure isn't there, it's very easy for you to maybe do a bit of revision out of motivation, but then that motivation goes and then you just want to relax.
Exactly.
You won't end up with much.
The getting distracted in the library is a very good point. So I promote something called deep work on my channel.
Yeah.
If you know,
I have heard of it.
Yeah. So in the book, the deep work, the author Cal Newport, he says something about eliminating distractions.
Yeah.
So the proper perfect scenario of doing deep work is actually eliminating audio distractions and visual distractions.
Yeah.
So me personally, I try to implement that by I listen to something called brown noise.
I've heard of
pink
brown noise.
So I use that.
Yeah.
And also I go to one of the meeting rooms in my accommodation, turn off all the lights, and just have the computer in front of me. I know my course, the work I do is more computer based. I don't know about like your course, but eliminating visual distractions and audio distractions is a big thing, a big component in doing deep work. But like you were saying, like, what do you mean by structure? How would you structure your day when you're revising for exams?
I think the way I think of it is always in terms of, so as of right now, I guess if I had an exam coming up, the way it would always be for me is trying to split everything by module, because obviously you've got the different modules, and I try and like tell myself like within this time frame I'm gonna go over this module, within this time frame I'm gonna go over this, whatever. But I try and not like, I know myself, I know how much I can get through. I don't try and set unrealistic expectations. I try and make as like the SMART goals and whatever. But I don't know. The structure is usually just that. I'd say just giving myself a time when I tell myself I'm gonna do X, Y, Z, and I usually end up doing X, Y, Z.
Yeah. And wait, do you not have like? So I also heavily push the idea of having a predictable set of work hours. If you have a block of time every single day, if you do deep work in, like consistently, you'll exponentially grow in a certain subject. Do you not have that concept, or?
I do, but not indirectly. Like I don't have. I have it indirectly because like you make it very clear. For me, it's just I happen to usually in the evenings. That's when I end up like working really well. The difficult part for me is sitting down. Once I've sat down and I've begun my work, I find it really enjoyable, and I can actually continue going.
That point. If I don't need to butt in, but
go on.
In the book, When by Daniel Pink, he describes like when you do any kind of intellectual work, when you do any kind of work that's hard, you have a sort of initial resistance to it. So in like 100%. Physics, you know resistance in electrical is just stopping the flow of electrons. It's the same, like your energy when you go do work is stopped by this initial resistance you have for work. Any work you have, any subject, any like university course, A levels, is stopped by an initial resistance amount you have. And this initial resistance amount is decreased by two things. If you sit down at the same time, if it's predictable, your brain will automatically get into the flow state, or it's more likely to get into the flow state if it's consistent. And also, if you're more like if you just wake up and then you do your work, your initial resistance to work is much lower. So that's why I promote waking up. I think the best productivity tactic, if I don't mean to butt in, is waking up early and doing deep work consistently.
Yeah.
If you can do that consistently every single day, like if you imagine from like year 13, every single day you woke up in the morning with 2 hours of deep work consistently every day. Like, imagine how insane you would be. And just like a shameless plug, I have a community down below. It's called the Deep Work Club that helps you go through that transformation. Well, we basically provide accountability. We'll help you make that habit of waking up early and working. But yeah, sorry for the plug. But I genuinely think that waking up early, if you can do it, if you can wake up early and do work consistently, like that is the best productivity tactic you could ever have. But sorry for banging in. So yeah, what do you do for fun though?
That's a very good question. What do I do for fun?
Do you play any sports?
Okay, I go to gym. I guess that.
Go to the gym. Okay. What does your split look like?
Push pull legs usually. I've been trying to switch things up now.
Yeah.
I've been switching up my split. I've been trying to do like chest and back one day and like arms the other day, and like I don't know. I'm experimenting, but it's been push pull legs for God knows how long.
Yeah.
And I've been doing fine with that.
What got you into the gym?
That's a good question. And what got me in the gym?
Why did you decide?
Yeah.
Why did no one decide get up one day and decide? Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym now.
Yeah, I just want to be big and muscly.
Why?
You know? Why not? I guess it's like it's always been for myself. Like
okay, so for example, like I was talking to someone. I had a conversation with someone like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And they were like, why do you go to the gym? And I was like, I want to get like a good physique and everything.
Yeah.
And they asked why, and I was a bit confused.
Yeah.
Why do you think you go gym? I think for me, it's because I used to be really like overweight, really fat.
Yeah.
It used to affect like different areas of my life. So now, like, if I can have that contrast, we say. What about you? What's your like motivation?
I think for me, gym adds it forces routine. I think even if nothing else goes well in the day, the fact that I can get up and I can go to the gym on a regular basis, I think that helps me keep everything on track.
Yes.
And so, even though I think initially it was always, I want to get muscles. Everyone always says that, right? But I think you end up falling in love with the process.
100%.
And when I don't go to the gym now, my day feels off. That's how I think.
What would you say to people who say, no, I'm gonna quit the gym to revise more?
I hate that mindset because it's like when you're revising, you need some sort of way to like on a medical like standpoint. That's not good for you. If you're exerting so much pressure on yourself and there's no way for you to like release that pressure, then you're not gonna do well in your exams.
Exactly.
You're going to jeopardize your health.
Yeah.
So there's no win to it.
People think if I skip gym to work more, study more, either you're building a business or like academics.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll have more time if I skip the gym. But in reality, like, the time you use, like, if you go to the gym in the evening, the time you use in the evening to work, like, the ROI is much less than if you go to the gym.
Yeah.
The gym improves something called your BDNF, your brain, something cognitive function. But your BDNF is like your cognitive function, like your mental capacity to work. And if you go to the gym and specifically do like resistance training or any sort of exercise, that goes up, which will make you more productive in the future. So I know a lot of people say, oh, but how do I convince my parents that going to the gym is like, I should go to the gym and everything. I think just like, if it's a parental issue, just tell them like, I'll get better grades, I can work better if I go to the gym more consistently. But I personally think the gym is genuinely one of the best things I've ever done. Like,
100%, yeah.
I think it teaches you a lot about life. Like, it teaches you progressive overload. It teaches you like how results come over time.
You have to be really patient.
Exactly. I think there's a lot of parallels between going to the gym and something like revising or work. For example, like in the gym, like sure, if you lock in for 2 weeks, you can get a bit more fit. But the person who does gym, like goes to the gym consistently over a year, will always be the person who just logs in for 2 weeks. And it's the same with exams as well. If you do consistent work every single day, if you do consistent deep work every single day throughout the year, you always beat the guy who locks in just before exams. And it's the same thing with everything, right? But yeah, I think gym's taught me a lot about like life in general, you know?
I agree.
But yeah, like what made you want to get good grades? Because you're a very academic person, a very intellectual person. What made you want to get good, better grades at like A levels, UCL, medical students?
I think I've always had high expectations for myself.
Why do you think?
I think that's just been. That's a very good question. That really puts me on the spot now because I'm thinking, why do I have such expectations for myself? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's just like the thing about me though is if I don't do well in an exam, I don't like. It's not the end of the world for me. Like I think my mindset of revision and like everything's changed since GCSE time. I think I used to be a lot more exam focused back then. Nowadays it's more like finding the balance between everything. Obviously I would like to say I still try with my academics. I'm still an academic person, I hope, but I think I find it more important to maximize everything than try and like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of my viewpoint on it.
Yeah, I think I was reading this. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but having a input-driven like mindset rather than a results-driven mindset
100%,
is such a powerful
100%, yeah.
tool.
Yeah.
There's a very famous book. It's something like "Can We Make the Boat Go Faster?" I think I'll link it up here somewhere. But it details how an Olympic, like a very average rowing team in the Olympics, was coached by this new guy, and instead of seeing where they placed in the race, they like granularly examined like the boats, like how they rowed, and they just made incremental improvements to the inputs of the people rowing the boats, and eventually they won first place in like the rowing competition. So I think having like an input based, if you revise today rather than like the result you get, or rather than like if you're running a business, the amount of money you get, if you concentrate on a more input-driven standpoint of whether I did work today, that's such a powerful
100%.
mindset you can have.
Yeah,
I think
I very much agree with that. Yeah.
So like I know so many people who are just upset. I think for a fair period of time for me as well, in year 13, the reason I kind of fell off, like I was getting literally 95% further maths. The reason I fell off from like an A star to an A in further maths is just because instead of having this like input-driven standpoint, I looked at it like a results. So I would do a past paper and just get an A star, and then instead of thinking about where I went wrong, I'd be like, okay, no, I'm fine now.
I got an A star.
I got an A star. And then
agree.
like that ruined my that would ruin my work hours. That ruined me like waking up early. So I think going forward, it makes you complacent. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think having an input-driven standpoint is a very, very powerful tool.
100%.
How many hours a day do you do work?
What do you mean by work? Define work.
Studying.
Study.
Yeah.
Currently I don't have exams or anything. All I try and do is keep on top of my work. So if I can review everything enough, that's good. So in terms of like hours, I guess probably like depends to be honest, but not much. Probably like between 2 to 4 hours a day.
2 to 4 hours.
Like, on a good day.
Would you say they're deep workout?
That's a good question. Sometimes it really depends. So I think sometimes yeah, sometimes no.
Okay.
Yeah. It depends. It depends on my state. It depends how far behind I am.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to get work done, but I want to just chill and do it. But I usually end up doing nothing then.
Yeah, I think like 2 years ago, right? Like a year ago, I met a guy named Ahmed. I've had him on my channel.
Yeah.
But I remember him saying that he only revised for like an hour a day whilst doing like 4 or 5 A levels, and I was like really confused because I was like, how are you getting good results whilst only doing like an hour of work a day or 2 hours of work a day? But the way I've realized, like productivity is defined by the amount of work you get done rather than the amount of hours you do.
Yeah. I don't like the idea of hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like level 1, right? If you're a low set, low grade, telling people just to revise is fine because they're not revising. But I feel like at level 1, people revise out of fear. Like they revise because they have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
They just revise because everyone else is revising.
Yeah.
But instead of, it serves like kind of a justification of why you got a result. So imagine someone gets an A. They could say, oh no, but I did 10 hours a day. But that wasn't productive because you didn't get anything done.
It wasn't worth the 10 hours.
Exactly. Because you didn't produce anything.
Yeah.
I had so many days back in the day. I had so many days where I would revise or work the entire day but get nothing done.
100%.
Just because I would be in work mode for 10 hours, but I just get nothing done. So I think shifting from a like hour standpoint to what you get done in productivity is a really, really good mindset. But I think what do you think about it? As a UCL medicine student,
I 100%
future
agree.
doctor.
I 100% agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like it's a question that I think we all get a lot. Like, oh, how many hours do you revise? Oh, he must revise a lot of hours.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like it's just something like it's tied. Like I feel like everyone makes it a proportional thing. The more hours you revise, the better you get.
There is no correlation between the hours you
Time
do
doesn't.
and the amount of work you get done.
Yeah.
There are people who have built multi-million-dollar companies. Iman Gadzhi, Alex Hormozi, Charlie Imonga, by doing like 4 hours of work in the morning every day. They've gone from zero to a multi-million corporation. If you're like some random guy doing A levels, why do you think you need more than 4 hours just to get good grades at A level? It's not the amount of hours that you need concentrating on.
Yeah.
You need something. It's harder to do. But you need to identify what you're doing wrong in those hours. You need to get those hours. Like what you do in those hours should be productive. And that's what the Deep Work Club will help you if you do join. But like in general, like, even if you don't join, I think looking at like what you do in those hours is very, very important, rather than just saying, oh no, but I just need to revise 3 more hours, because that's a mistake I did.
I think
I can't lie.
I've seen like, have you seen like some people, they do like 12-hour
Exactly.
revision streams
Yeah.
and like, and then someone's like,
there's a famous YouTuber, Udoka Finton. I came across him because he did like 10-hour study days.
Yeah.
But that is like mostly a content.
yeah,
Like,
I feel like
gets
that
clicks.
idea of revisions is outdated now. I think it's more.
Imagine someone came up to you and then they were like, okay, I go gym. And then people would ask him how many hours. Like,
Yeah.
that's such a silly. Like,
It is,
how
it
many?
is. That's a really good way
people
of putting it.
people ask how many sets you do, how many exercises you do.
Yeah.
They don't ask how many hours you spend in the day.
Yeah.
You don't like. If you're not getting gym progress, you don't say, okay, I need to go for another 3 hours.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah, exactly.
you need to look at the sets you do, what you do, like rep-wise,
Yeah.
and then look at that. And that's another parallel I see with like revision in gym.
Yeah.
People just randomly like watch videos for 10 hours and say that they've done work, when
Yeah.
in reality it's not that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So how is it being Muslim in London?
I think, especially with the UCL specifically, I think has a really good like
Islamic society.
and like just the general, like, you can find a place to pray everywhere. Like, it's very easy to. Like our cruciform building has its own little like corridor that a lot of people pray in, and then you've got like the mosques around as well. So I feel like it's very easy, especially with the type of people you meet as well. It's very easy to be strong with your iman as well as revise.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's not like people ask, oh, how is it like? What's it like being Muslim in this part?
Yeah.
As long as you just like,
There's nothing different.
there's nothing different.
Yeah.
It's not difficult unless you
Yeah.
make it difficult.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that difficult. Like,
Exactly.
it's just the same as any other place.
100%.
I think, I think London's a very diverse place.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's-
if I went to somewhere like, where's a white area? Exeter. I think that would be a bit harder. Durham, St Andrews.
Yeah.
If I went to those places, it would be a bit harder, especially to find like a diverse group.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
London's easy.
London's
It's-
super
I'm
diverse.
really grateful. Alhamdulillah. Like it's very.
How
easy
often do you
to-
go out? Like how often do you socialize?
When I'm at uni, I'm always like, I would like to say I'm always doing something social with someone.
Yeah.
But the thing is, most of the time, that's it. Yeah, I would say yeah. What about you? What's your like?
Social.
Socialize.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I've been kind of locked in for the last like 2-3 months.
I respect that.
Wake up early. you
Yeah.
know. So socially, I have kind of lacked, but I still have gone out.
Yeah.
I've joined like Islamic Society, Indian
That's good.
Society. I've done other realms, but I haven't been as social as other people, honestly. And I don't think that's a good. I don't like the mindset of, oh, you have to sacrifice your social life just to revise.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Or just to work or anything. I don't think that's a bad thing.
You have to enjoy it.
But yeah, like I think having a social life, especially with people that I think your friends matter a lot. If you have very degenerate people you surround yourself with, if you surround yourself with people who don't have the same interests as you, the same goals as you, it's very, very, it's kind of difficult to stay locked in or work hard. But if you surround yourself with other people who are high achievers, like I know you, like, maybe I don't know your friend group. I'm assuming like you have a lot of good friends, you know, who push
I
you
love my
to the
friends.
best. That is a very, very good skill you can have.
Yeah.
You know, just socialize as much as possible.
Yeah. 100%.
Do you have any other than like university or revising? Do you have any other like jobs you have or anything else you're working on?
I work part-time in the weekends, which makes it difficult, especially with medicine and everything. I feel like the weekends is the only time you technically get for like free time, right? So I think what it's kind of forced me to do is make sure that every hour counts, like especially because my time is already limited during the weekends. I don't know. I think it's definitely helped me positively. Like up from the application and everything. Like I feel like work teaches you a lot of discipline. It makes you like you have a commitment that you have to like go to every week. It's like I feel like it's a very good thing to have, and obviously like helps you financially as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something I've been pushing on my channel recently is, I think ever since I've been growing up, the reason I got into this productivity space is because of this guy named Ali Abdaal.
Yeah,
and he's a perfect example of this. He had like the three main components I would say sets you up for the future, and that is he was like very good academically. He went to the gym, he was fit, like relatively fit, and also he had like some kind of side hustle. And that's what I want people in my audience to push towards as well. I think right now, academics, and this may sound a bit crazy, I have a video coming on out about this later, but academics isn't, like getting high grades isn't seen as much aura as it was previously. Like I remember back in the day, like my parents used to like tell me all about like how A-star students, like people who got A's would be set for life and everything. Right now, especially in UCL, everyone gets good grades. Everyone has A-stars, everyone has A's, everyone's got 9s at GCSE.
Yeah.
You need to have different aspects of your personality that make you more successful, especially with like AI coming in the future. I think the best thing you can do right now is have these three main things. You can have excellent academic grades, you can have the gym, go to the gym, get fit consistently, and also have some kind of side hustle that you try start. Even if it doesn't work, I think having some kind of side hustle, if it doesn't make money, will teach you so much more than like anyone else. I think some of the best people academically I've met in my own life have also had this other aspect. Like some of those young successful people I know have also had this like aspect to them as well. They've had like the kind of the side hustle. I think Zeno's behind the camera. He has a side hustle for himself. I'm trying to. I have like an AI vibe coding side hustle. I'm trying to start up with other things. Ali Abdaal, he had side hustles. I think going forward, the most successful people have this other aspect to them, which is the business or the side hustle, or the make money online kind of personality to them, which will teach you so much more. So I think I can't really give advice on this. Honestly, I'm not that successful. But reading books like The 4-Hour Workweek, Millionaire Fastlane, all of these business kind of books on how to start up some kind of business or side hustle is very, very beneficial. Do you have anything more to add?
I agree.
You agree? Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I think we feel more here than we did in our segment.
Yeah.
For my segment, mine's just unserious, so it's okay.
Yeah. But okay, I think we're okay.
Any final thoughts, should we say?
Okay, so
like,
I think any final thoughts?
no.
No. Okay. I think just concentrate. My final ending point is if you concentrate on these three things: set up a predictable work hour routine, get your academics excellent, get in shape, get fit, go to the gym, and start setting up some kind of side hustle, or at least like explore that realm in some way. This could be agency, getting into. Sorry, we're in central London right now.
Yeah.
But getting into some kind of agency, learning AI, vibe coding, just pick one, like content, pick one, and go all into that. Dedicate some hours of your day into learning about that concept. And I think these three things are the holy trinity. Astaghfirullah, holy trinity of becoming a very successful person in the future. I think. Yeah, like right now, having some kind of business knowledge is very, very useful, and just getting into the space is good. And the only way you're able to do this is if you time manage well, and that is, in my opinion, if you want excellent grades, fitness, you have to have a predictable set of work hours. The best way to do that is to wake up early, consistently, and do deep work. I have a community, again, that helps you do that, and will guide you through that process as well. I think that I've kept no one for too long now.
No, I love being here.
But we'll probably link up again in the future.
Of course.
It's very nice filming with you, man.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right.
Yo, can you
I want to subscribe to Zeno as well.
Yeah, we mentioned
Subscribe
you.
to all of us.
Subscribe to all of us.
Yeah.